7 a.m. till 9 p.m. Pick up sliced seats and Watson's Deli Meat, freshly made Italian bread, and Lewis Dairy Milk.
Headlines you can't get through your day without. On Power 101.7.
All right, guys, here we go. Mary Wilson, Motown legend and co-founder of the Supremes, dies at 76.
Wow.
Yes, rest in peace, Miss Wilson, with the original members Diana Ross, Florence Ballard, part of the biggest musical acts of the 1960s.
One of the great.
Founding member of the Supremes, the trailblazing group from the 1960s. Again, died on Monday at her home in Henderson, Nevada. She was 76 years old. Miss Wilson's death was confirmed by her publicist. No cause of death was given. So there you go. But definitely rest in peace, Mary Wilson of the Supremes. Definitely a legend. Crazy. I want to talk about this Barstool Sports story.
Okay.
All right. Barstool Sports founder and lead personality Dave Portnoy. Never been shy about speaking his mind, especially when it comes to people, he feels who wronged him. Well, here we go. He's got some drama with Jose Conseco.
Oh, boy.
All right. The former World Series champ fought in Barstool's Rough and Rowdy. All right. Now, apparently the match against Barstool personality Billy Football lasted 12 seconds before he called it quits.
12 seconds.
With a shoulder injury, leading to Portnoy blasting Conseco on social media and vowing he had to add a morality clause to the company's future boxing contracts. Now, Barstool Sports, if you don't know, they periodically put on boxing matches that they call Rough and Rowdy. Mm-hmm. Okay? This is just if you didn't know. Now, these fights occasionally feature Barstool personalities. Well, this past weekend's main event, Billy Football, who sometimes appears in the hit podcast Pardon My Take, and former MLBer All-Star Jose Conseco. All right, now Conseco reportedly paid $50,000 for his appearance.
Wow.
And would to be paid another $50,000 if he won. Mm-hmm. There was also a revenue share that kicked in if the event broke thresholds for pay-per-view purchases, which it did.
Okay.
It did. People went nuts.
Yeah.
So to say it's
but it's like $20 for their pay-per-views.
So to say it's like a crumbling business and all that, well, we'll get into that in a second.
Right.
We'll get into that in a second. So in all, he made more than $1 million.
And it was called Rough and Rowdy.
For 12 seconds of fight action. Obviously, Dave Portnoy and company felt if there was a shoulder injury, he should have disclosed that prior to taking the fight and the money. Right? I mean, wouldn't you think? If he had a shoulder injury, he's not going to just come in and hide it.
Jeez.
I mean, what an idiot. The media mogul took to Twitter and blasted Conseco immediately after it happened, accusing him of, quote, taking a dive. He also yelled at fans who asked for a refund and aired out all the financial details of the fight, as well as promised that there would be a morality clause in the future. And now they're apparently going back and forth. So.
Wow.
Dave Portnoy.
Now, Billy Football is 6'4", 225 pounds. He's a former high school QB.
Okay.
And here he is taking on a 56-year-old.
Well, he agreed to it.
I know he did.
That's his fault.
I know he did.
but a 56-year-old who came in with a busted up 56-year-old who came in with a busted up shoulder.
That he tore his shoulder months ago or something.
Well, that's his own fault.
But he didn't disclaim that.
Well, idiot.
But if you're going to get in the ring for 12 seconds and win $1 million, are you doing it or not?
Jose Conseco came after Dave Portnoy, and he said, "Get my name out of your filthy New England chowder-filled mouth.
Oh, gosh.
You're a liar and a greasy salesman. You and your Barstool minions need to put down the marijuana and focus on your failing business. #crumbling empire." Now, I don't know.
I get it that they are saying that, he took a dive. This only lasted 12 seconds. It was a headline match, et cetera, et cetera. I get all that.
But I don't know if this is all a bit.
I don't know either.
Or this is some real beef going on. All right. Now, let's see here. Because Dave Portnoy has a lot more power than Jose Conseco at this point. Dave Portnoy retweeted Jose Conseco's tweet. It says, "You're a liar and a greasy salesman. Get your name out of your mouth." And he retweeted it and wrote, "Weird."
But did he get got? That's it. Did he get got?
Who?
Barstool Sports.
Get caught with what?
With him going in there. It only lasted 12 seconds, but he still got paid.
Well, he still got paid, but they also still made the money. And, what did he get caught for?
I'm just saying.
No, I don't think so at all.
They wanted it to last longer.
Well, I think so, but they still got their money.
People started complaining. They wanted their mony back.
Well, Jose Canseco.
But everybody knows that Jose Conseco's a little. So doing business with him, getting caught up, you got to know that something is going to happen.
Well, speaking of
something's funny,
Barstool Sports.
Up here is a little loco en la cabeza.
Well, Dave Portnoy is still doing the Barstool Fund, which is raising money for local restaurants and small businesses. At this point in the game, they've supported 238 businesses. They've got 215,190 supporters. And you ready for this?
Tell me the amount. Oh,
$35 million raised.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
Amazing.
It's unbelievable, guys.
Amazing.
So, I say shout out to him. All right?
Now he's caught up in this Jose Conseco mess.
Dumb.
But it'll die down.
Yeah, it will.
It'll die down.
So, because nobody cares about Jose Canseco.
Right.
You know? According to the New York Post, President Joe Biden said that, quote, "God willing, there will be a full stadium for next Super Bowl."
Good.
And the federal guidelines for reopening schools amid the COVID-19 pandemic could be unveiled on Wednesday. During an interview excerpt that aired Sunday during CBS's pregame show for the Super Bowl, Biden said that his hope and expectation is that fans will be in the stands next year for the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
God willing, we'll be able to celebrate as usual a year from now.
I hope so.
So there you go. I think we will.
I have to look
We're
up
on that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Where the Super Bowl is next year. I heard that going to the Super Bowl, even if you don't make it inside the stadium, doing like the Super Bowl experience is like amazing. Nothing you'll ever experience.
I'm sure. When they did the trophy presentation, do you remember Tom Brady kind of like adjusting his shirt?
I do.
And I thought that was like a weird, like, what are you doing? But then I was like, I don't know. I just kind of bypassed it.
I didn't think it was weird, but I said, in my mind, I was like, oh, look at him adjusting it because he didn't want like the photo ops and the pictures to be taken with the shirt.
I didn't even see that.
And the collar. It was.
The way
he
like
put
moved,
it on, but he was like trying to fix it. To me is what it looked like.
Well, it looked to me like, what are you doing? Like, it looked kind of weird the way he was adjusting it. Well, apparently.
There's a reason. Yes.
The 43-year-old Buccaneers quarterback, as he was being introduced during the Super Bowl 21 trophy presentation after winning his 7th championship, he was like adjusting his shirt. He appeared to be covering up the Nike logo because he now has a recently new endorsement for Under Armour.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Apparently he was covering that up, but Nike is everything.
Wow.
NFL. So,
right, but he has a new endorsement.
Yeah, so
okay.
I don't know. That's what they're saying that happened allegedly. Also, speaking of the Super Bowl, Mattress Mac cashes in. We talked about Mattress Mac. He always makes these crazy, old guy in Texas always makes these crazy, bets for the Super Bowl. Well, a Texas furniture store owner, he won the largest known wager on this year's Super Bowl. Mattress Mac laid down $3.46 million on the underdog Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he won $3.4 million.
Man, he's loaded.
Yeah, so there you go.
Goodness. I can't even imagine making a bet like that.
We're going to get into Patrick Mahomes' fiance next hour, so keep it locked for that. And in Bill and Jessica Sports, we're going to talk about some crazy news going on with Dak Prescott. Okay. So keep it locked. Real quick, Jess, you got something about Larry Hogan?
Maryland Governor Larry Hogan responds to a letter asking for answers about COVID-19 and the vaccine rollout. An exchange of strongly worded letters between Maryland's congressional delegation and Governor Larry Hogan over the state's vaccination plan has local leaders weighing in. They say that this matter is getting everyone, frustrated with it. And local leaders say that the playing the blame game is not going to answer any questions about vaccine rollouts. Delegate Chris Adams says real action is needed before Maryland can make any significant improvements. I'm concerned anytime we try to apply a one-size-fits-all in the state that it doesn't make sense. But Governor Larry Hogan, his response was that Maryland is simply following federal recommendations laid out for who should be prioritized to get the vaccine and the CDC's pharmacy transfer program. The governor wrote, "How did you not know this, given that both the creation of the pharmacy transfer program and the recommendation to open vaccinations to individuals over 65 are actions taken at the federal level? I respectfully suggest that you address your apparent concerns to the president and his team." The governor did not stop there. He also encouraged the delegation to use their positions in Washington to advocate for families back in Maryland, writing, "I humbly suggest that you direct your staff to spend more time reading these informative and regularly distributed materials and briefing you on their contents as opposed to writing press releases disguised as letters. Our team needs to devote their time to getting shots into Marylanders' arms." All right?
Okay. Get that vaccine. I like when Governor Hogan, responds
Speaks
back.
up.
And we don't have like a bobblehead.
No, he definitely speaks that and speaks his mind.
Here's Ariana Grande. Good morning.